Now we're going to rank the Halloween movies. And I kind of wanted to wait with this one. I could have ranked this before, but I was waiting for the new movie to come out, the newest Halloween. And now that it's out, I can, thoroughly go through the films and see, how I'm going to rank this from worst to best now that that movie's out. And I have a list here, just my opinion. Some of these you might just be like, well, duh. Some of them you might be surprised. I don't know. So that's what we're going to do for this video. Sit back and enjoy my Halloween ranking of worst to best, starting with the worst in the series, which is number 11, and that is Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. I hate this film. I hate it. I think it's garbage. It's terrible. None of it makes sense. Michael walking around, Rob Zombie Michael, Hobo Michael, walking around with part of his mask missing and then with a hood over his mask like he's gangster Michael. I was waiting for him to pull out his 45. This movie is just stupid. It's just stupid. I couldn't get into it. No matter how many times I watch it, I can't get into it. So it's just, ugh. Rob Zombie has his own unique vision. And when it comes to horror movies, I think he's very good in that genre. House of a Thousand Corpses, I love it. Lords of Salem, I love it. Devil's Rejects, which, it has a bunch of genres in it, but it's still a really, really good movie, and those films fit what his vision is and fits what he's trying to go for. Halloween, the stuff that he puts into the movie, kind of like trailer trash stuff, always, dropping F-bombs, I just think it doesn't work for the series. It doesn't seem like a Halloween movie, or those movies. And I think you can guess what comes in at number 10, and that is the first Rob Zombie's Halloween. Do I got it upside down? There we go. Rob Zombie's Halloween. I saw this in the theater, and to be honest, I didn't like any of it. Even when it got to the second half of the film, where he gets his mask and they do the whole shot for shot where Laurie's walking down the street, goes up to Myers' house, there's Tommy, there, all that stuff was remade again. It's like, we've seen it. We've seen it in the original. It's great. Why do you have to do that? To be honest, the first part, it's not saying much because I don't like it, but the first part was more interesting, seeing how he was growing up. But then there and again, because he was, the way he acted, because he was brought up in a bad home, it's like that's kind of a reason for the way he was being. But in the original, he kills Judith, and he walks outside with a knife. His parents come home and be like, Michael, what happened? And he's just like, hey, no explanation. He didn't grow up in a bad home. He just killed her. He just wanted to, Some things are better left unexplained. I think it's scarier that way, without a motive. I think it's, that's what makes it, you can imagine what he was going through. I like that more. So I just don't like his take on the Halloween movies. So naturally, they'll be the worst for me. Coming in at number 9 is a film that I can laugh at because it is stupid. Halloween Resurrection. I'll watch this 100 times more than I would watch the Rob Zombie ones, because at least this one, in ways it feels like a Halloween movie, even though they killed Jamie Lee Curtis off in the beginning, which was, that was dumb. Why even have her in the first place? So her character is gone, and then Michael just goes home. He has nothing to do. He just goes home and eats rats, in the basement in his bed. He don't do nothing. The movie was pointless. They come with the reality show. They go inside, which was something different. Each person has cameras. They're doing this reality show inside the Myers house. It was a new idea. But then again, Michael's there because he has nothing to do. Anyway, Busta Rhymes. That's number 9. Coming in at number 8 is Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers. Now, I don't think this one is as bad as, Resurrection or the Rob Zombie ones, but it's still one that I just can't get into. Here's the thing. With the way it ended, the way this movie the way Halloween 4 ended, it picks up here, but then it's like, I don't know how many years later, like Michael's in like a coma, and then the mask changes to this mask right here. And I mean, I don't mind the mask, but it just, Danielle Harris is a mute in this because of her traumatic experience by touching Michael in Halloween 4. So she's a mute. I didn't like that whole thing. I felt like Danielle Harris didn't really show her acting chops in this one because she didn't do anything. She didn't say anything hard. She just, she don't, I don't know. We've seen her acting in Halloween 4, which is fine, but I'd like to see more of it. I think the best scene for me is when, at the end when she's climbing through the vents in that house, and then Michael Myers has a standoff with Loomis. I really like that part. And there's the part right there. That's a really cool scene. And Ellie Cornell, of course, what they do to her. It just reminded me of like what they did to, Alice in Friday the 13th Part 2. Adrienne King, like what they did with her. But all in all, I just think this movie is kind of boring in ways. But I don't know. I'd still rather watch it than watch Halloween Resurrection and the Rob Zombie ones. I think I'll put this down here. Okay. Coming in at number 7, of course, is Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers, which is technically the 6th film. Remember when this came out, I didn't even know anything about it. I didn't even watch any trailers or anything like that. I just saw it sitting on the shelves at Family Video, and I'm like, wow, a Halloween film, another one. Now, this movie is not as bad as people say, even though I do think it has problems. There are some really cool things that happen. I think this movie is gorier than a lot of the movies, that came before this movie. I like the scene where he goes into that room where all the doctors are, and he starts slicing everybody up. The beginning chase scene with Jamie and the baby is pretty cool, even though they killed Jamie off, and I wish they didn't do that. It would have been cool down the line to have like a reunion with Jamie and Laurie Strode. That would be really cool. I do like the music in this one. The producer's cut has some good things in it. I don't know. I think they're both pretty bad, but I don't know. This movie is it's not like the worst thing I've ever seen. I mean, honestly, the Rob Zombie ones are worse. That's why this is at number 7. So I'm just gonna say it's not as bad as people make it out to be. All right, coming in at number 6 is Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. If you would have asked me like 10 years ago if I liked this film, I would have said no. Then it's like I appreciate films the older I get. I appreciate what went into a film, and some of the films that I thought were garbage back then I just didn't really have any thought for. I kind of feel differently, and this is one of them. Because it's called Halloween 3, and it has nothing to do with Michael Myers, even though they show like the trailer to the movie and stuff like that. It's a completely different story. They could have just called it Season of the Witch, but ultimately you get this movie in any sort of box set that's Halloween. It's included because of the title. But anyway, it was a good, I want to say, fresh start. And, a different kind of story about this guy who's, using a Stonehenge rock to, you know, it's kind of like witchcraft stuff, and you know, he creates masks and puts them on kids and to kill people, and plays this broadcast over the TV. It's an original idea, and I applaud the crew that worked on this. I just thought it was very, very interesting. And I know a lot of people don't care for this movie, and I get it. I mean, I get it. But yeah, my mind has changed. Like I said, I do actually like it. All right, coming in at number 5 is Halloween, the newest film. Now, I'm going to be honest. I think this movie is a little bit overhyped. People are calling this the actual sequel, ignoring Halloween 2, which this does. And I thought that was unnecessary. I like the brother and sister gimmick more because in this movie, they explain 2 times that Michael has been waiting for this moment. He's been waiting to break out and confront Laurie Strode, which is not true. They say that twice in this movie. Michael doesn't even know who Laurie is, according to this film. As soon as he busts out, he doesn't go looking for Laurie. As soon as he busts out, he goes to kill anybody who gets in his way. He sees someone in a house, oh, I think I'm just going to go in there and kill him. That's what he does. I like that. They made Michael scary again. That's one major positive that I can say about this. Jamie Lee Curtis was great, but we've seen it before. Like I said, H2O. I thought H2O did it better. And again, the brother and sister thing has something to compare. You know, it has something to merge the two with, instead of them, you know, meeting by chance. You know, Laurie is traumatized by Michael. She knows everything about Michael. But Michael don't give a shit about Laurie. She's the one hunting Michael. She's the one that cares, you know. She talks to Michael like, hi, Michael, I've been waiting for you. It's like he doesn't even know who the hell she is. You know, I mean, it's not like he sat in prison really. He don't say anything anyway. But he wasn't waiting for a confrontation with Laurie. That's why I think in H2O they did it better, where Michael was looking for records in the nurse's house, you know, to see where Laurie went. Anyway, a lot of things I enjoyed, though, about the movie. The music, especially, the music was great. But yeah, it was a nice take. I just wish that they would have made this after Halloween 2. I think they could have done that. Alright, number 4 is H2O. I love this movie. Like I said, I think they did it better here. Laurie as well, you know, she has trauma. She's dealing with trauma after what happened. She's taking medicine. She changed her name. She's going through all that stuff about what her brother did, Michael Myers, and that's why I think they did it better here. There's more emotion with the characters. Josh Hartnett was fine. I'm not the biggest fan of him. I even like LL Cool J in this. But it was directed by Steve Miner. I just thought it was very, very good, and the music was good. And, you know, Jamie Lee Curtis going face to face with Michael Myers again is really, really a treat. And this has one of the best endings ever in a horror film. I'm just going to say that. One of the best endings ever. You'd never forget it. Coming in at number 3 for me is Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. After coming off of Halloween 3, people wanted Michael back. And here we have him. Now, again, it doesn't really make sense after Halloween 2 because, you know, John Carpenter stated that the Shape and Loomis are dead. Michael burned. Okay, Loomis is pretty much, he should have died. But, you know, Loomis comes out with a few burn marks, and then, you know, Michael comes out as he escapes all bandaged up and stuff, and grabs this really cheap mask from the discount mart. But, I mean, I don't know. I like, you know, Danielle Harris was good in this. I do like the kills, the music, and the situations that they're in. What's her name? I forgot her name. It is Ellie Cornell. I do like the characters. I really do. And Michael was great in this. So, There are more positives for me than negatives in this movie. And I can rewatch this more than I can rewatch like Resurrection, Rob Zombie ones, and so on. Coming at number 2 is probably no surprise, Halloween 2. I've talked about this in my review. I did an in-depth review of this on my channel. Definitely go check it out. But yeah, fantastic sequel. Different kind of music, because it was a different instrument they were doing, but it still had that Halloween feel. This movie, the way it was shot, seemed like you're watching the first Halloween and this as one big giant film, because it takes place moments after the first one. You know, Michael was shot, fell off the balcony, he disappears, and he's walking around and he's still killing people. He ends up at the hospital where Laurie is getting treated for her wounds, and then he starts killing everybody at the hospital just to get to her. And you know, the third act, the ending is really, really awesome. One of the greatest endings too, to a horror film. But I think H2O had the better ending. But yeah, a solid sequel. I really enjoyed this, and to me, this is the sequel to the original Halloween, and that's it. Number 1, no surprise here, is the original Halloween. One of the greatest horror films ever made, next to Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The Shining, and so on. This one, it's unforgettable. The music, the situations, you know, the kills. My paw. Who can forget PJ Souls? You know, her scene. Who can forget that? Is she? Maybe she's the most famous for that. That's probably why she's famous. Where's my beer? See anything you like? Anyway, great movie. And, you know, Michael, he was creepy in this movie just as much as he was in any of the other ones. You know, in this one you just have this normal guy who's not 8 foot tall, like in the Rob Zombie ones. He's not intimidating really to look at. But I think that's what makes him creepy, is that this normal guy wearing this just plain white mask is just standing there looking at you from afar, and he stalks you, and that's it. Kills you. That's how you do a horror movie. That's how you do a Halloween film, in my opinion. Rob Zombie had it all wrong. You know, he tried to make it seem like Michael had to be, you know, a giant and be intimidating in that way, you know, enough to be able to fight Jason and beat him. Yeah, this one is fantastic. But yeah, that's my number 1 right there, is the very first Halloween, and that would probably be on most people's lists as their number 1. So, quick recap. Number 11 is Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. Number 10 is Rob Zombie's Halloween. Number 9 is Halloween Resurrection. Number 8 is Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers. Number 7 is Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers, which is Halloween 6. Number 6 is Halloween 3, The Season of the Witch. Number 5 is Halloween, the 2018 film. Number 4 is H2O. Number 3 is Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. Number 2 is Halloween 2. Number 1 is Halloween. So there you go. That is my ranking of the Halloween films. I hope you guys enjoyed. I have a list of a lot of ranking videos that I'm going to be doing. Horror movies and some that are not horror movies, but I have a whole bunch of them written down here. I think the next one I might be doing are the Nightmare on Elm Street ones. So stay tuned for that. I hope you guys are enjoying my channel. Subscribe for more content. Stay tuned for other videos. And thanks for watching. This is Rob signing off. See you guys next time.